Thanksgiving.
Hello, how you doing? How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Are you the English teacher from the U.S.?
Yes, I am.
So what are you doing here?
My wife is Estonian,
Okay,
and we like it here.
really? Wow. So did you get your education in the U.S.?
Yes, I did.
So then, did you get your college there? Your university?
Yes, I did.
So how hard was it to be a teacher here then?
For me, it wasn't very difficult because I'm sort of an expert in my field of English,
Uh-huh.
and so that helped, I think.
So how about the pay? How is it for teachers?
It's not very good.
Okay. Is it at least normal pay, middle class pay, or
It's
below?
probably similar to America.
Right.
I think. So in America, everything's more expensive. Well, actually, that's not true
No,
anymore.
I don't think
But
so.
a lot of things are more expensive. Here, some things are cheaper, so it's a living wage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How about the way the people are, like the culture for education, classroom discipline? How does that maybe compare, or what are some of the similarities or things that are similar and things that are very different here than in America? What do you think?
I think one thing that's very different here, which is a big plus, is that the culture is very against drama. It's very low key.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of enthusiasm like you see in America. Not a lot of, this is exciting, we're so excited, let's do that.
Right.
The walls are very, if you just look in a classroom, my mother taught third grade. Her classroom was covered with things, the walls
Right.
were,
Right.
you don't see that here.
Right.
People tend to be quiet, and I think that helps with the learning process.
But the environment's really nice here. I mean, it's
Yes.
clean and
Yeah, not all schools are like this. This is a new
I understand. Yeah.
school. But yeah, usually the classrooms are kind of bare.
Mm-hmm. How about the classroom discipline and the willingness for kids to want to learn?
Yes, so that varies class to class. So we have some classes that are very strong, just wonderful.
Mhm.
Some classes that have challenges. And I
Mhm.
think it depends on the personality of the kids in the class.
Mhm.
So it's mixed.
So if you have a university degree and you want to come here and teach as a teacher, it's not that difficult to get the extra training. Did you have to take any extra classes?
Well, because I speak English,
Sure.
I do language immersion, and I didn't have to take any extra classes. If I wanted to teach another subject, I would obviously have to. be
So what
fluent in
about
Estonian.
the trust issue? Are principals coming in or director and seeing what you're doing all the time, or let me see your lesson plan for this. How is that
I think
here?
that's another difference. At least in our school, we have a lot of freedom,
Right.
independence, as you probably have already heard.
At all schools
Um,
that I've been, all schools that I've been
so you're
to,
visiting number of schools here?
6,
Right.
7.
Okay, yeah. So we have a lot of independence, so feel like we're trusted, and I think that's another plus.
Mm-hmm. So if your principal was coming in and you didn't checking for your objective on the board and your four
Right.
things the kids, rather a scripted thing, that's not something that you see in Estonia,
Not at all.
right? And if they did do that, how do you think you would feel better or worse as a
If
teacher?
the director were supervising them more
Yeah.
closely, I don't think that would be a big plus.
Yeah.
Because I feel that I can be creative and solve the problems as I see them come
Right.
up. I can think for myself. I think,
Right.
I think it's.
Do you think there's more of an appreciation here for the culture of education than in the United States?
Yeah, I think there is.
Yeah.
Have you heard about our? We have the September 1st holiday.
Mm-hmm. Haven't heard.
So in America, different schools start on different days, but here
Right.
it's always on September 1st. All the schools, and it's
Okay.
kind of like a national holiday. You see students with flowers, and
Mm-hmm.
parents get to work late. It's like a holiday, and I think that shows that education is important. Then we also have Teachers' Day. Every year is another holiday just for teachers to show respect to teachers.
Mm-hmm. Is that a big day or no?
Yeah, the flowers again, and students get off early, and
Right.
it's a real holiday. It's not like Secretary's Day that nobody cares about.
Or Teachers' Day in the U.S. that nobody cares about.
Okay, I didn't even
Yeah.
know they had it.
They
The
do.
thing that you find here that you don't see in America is that there's more equality.
Sure.
schools. So
I figured that one out real quick.
It has a different feeling. You don't feel that I'm in a weak school and that's a strong school.
But why do you think that is? Because the culture is more homogeneous?
That was the second thing I was going to say.
Right.
Very few refugees. We don't have a lead paint problem here that you probably have in that you definitely have in American cities. So
You're talking about graffiti?
No, I'm talking about lead paint and
Right.
lead poisoning that
Okay.
a lot of children in America suffer from.
Right.
So we don't have that. We don't have the big problems that you see in big countries. I think it's because Europe, has less of a separation between rich and poor
Right.
than you see in America. So America, they get extreme and get as rich as you can, and then the poor people get as poor as they can possibly get. But here, there's more of a safety net.
Right.
There's less of like Microsoft. You're going to get millions and billions of dollars or euros.
Right.
We don't have that here, really. So there's just less extremes in everything.
Right.
And I think that's a real plus for schools and students.
Because you think putting all kind of the poor kids at the same school makes a difference. Yeah. Yeah.
And also, I feel that mentally, you're not distracted by an economic inequality. And I think that trickles down, to use that term, financial term, to the students.
Right.
They feel like everything's the same. They're not getting cheated.
Right.
And it's provided by the government. There's a logic there. I
Yeah.
think. So the fact that everything's the same boosts everybody up. And you guys have a couple high performing, wonderful American
Right.
schools, but then you have a lot of very low performing
Right.
schools, like where you're from. You're going to just bring down the average.
That's right.
all. It's just
Right.
average. It doesn't mean that I don't think there's a lot of magic in the schools here. I think there's magic in the society.
In the system.
Yeah, the system.
The whole system affects the educational system
And the cultural system.
and the culture. English teacher.
Another English.
Okay.
Yes.
How many classes of English do you have to teach a day?
A day, 5, 6.
5 or 6, and each one is 45 minutes?
Yes, each is 45.
And do you get to kind of do what you want? Like however you want to operate your class?
Yes, I mean, I have the program what we have to do.
Right.
But in which order we do it,
Right.
doesn't matter.
But is the principal constantly coming in and checking what you're doing?
Sometimes,
Or sometimes.
yes.
But for the most part,
Yes, we can decide, we have the program, so
Right.
the curriculum,
Right.
and we have to follow it.
I got you.
And we have the tests, and they discuss, and they retell, and the test for vocabulary and all the different things. Sometimes we watch the videos or they do presentations.
Right. But English is important here.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah. They're getting it how many times a week?
They get, in second year, they get 2 times a week.
Okay.
And from the third year, 4 times.
4 times a week.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot. In 45 minutes a class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Ja siis selleks, et inimene saaks aru, et mis meie lapsed teevad kuni 7. eluaastani, et see
Oh, what class is this?
Third.
3rd grade. Okay, so you can see they have some balls. So,
Siin on nüüd teistmoodi ruumikujundus.
is this a special class here? Or?
Tavaline 3. klass.
see on niimoodi, et sa võid öelda nii, et me ootame tegelikult, et õpetajad tahaks oma õpikeskkonda laste jaoks muuta. Ja siin on nüüd esimene õpetaja, kes tuli minu juurde, ütles, ta soovib muuta.
This is actually just the ordinary classroom of the 3rd grade, the one we saw before, the classical
Right.
one. Here, the teacher came to the principal and said that she would like to try something
Round
different.
tables, kind of a.
Yes, something
Okay.
different with her children.
Okay.
So school supported her and they reorganized the class.
So it's a little bit more like laid back. It's got pillows. The kids can.
Yeah,
Right.
and they can sit instead of the chairs. They can sit on the balls.
Oh, they can sit on the balls.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Ask them, do the kids like sitting on the balls and doing their
It's really
their work?
good for your back, actually.
Really?
Because you can't sit on the ball like that, you know.
Yeah.
it will fall
This
over.
seems like something you would see in Finland.
ma istun ise ka teist aastat palli peal ainult .
Yeah.
And this teacher also uses the ball
Really?
to sit on in the, when she's giving a class instead
Wow.
of the chair.
Huh. So you teach Chinese,
Yeah, I teach Chinese.
and did they get you from China? Did they bring you in from China, or did you live here?
I live here.
Oh, you lived here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Only for 1 year to teach Chinese here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And what qualifications did you have to teach?